Hey everyone, so I'm heading up towards Tahoe, trying to find a campsite for today, maybe for tomorrow also. Celebrating my 1 year without drinking alcohol. Woohoo! So I'm gonna go head out on an adventure. I have 163 miles ahead. Stay tuned.
To Donner Summit recreational area. There's a few trails up here with a lot of lakes. Let's see which one I find. I've arrived to one of my favorite spots, Bowman Lake. Right now the snow is all melted and it's beautiful out here. I put the Jeep for the first time out in some good trails and tried the new setup, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome and how it's working so well. Usually I don't take the ride before through all these rocks and hills that I taken it through, and it's been so easy just going through some things that I've had difficulties with before. I wanted to camp at Bowman, but I couldn't find a spot, so I kept going all the way to Jackson Creek. Made it to Sawmill Lake, and then I went all the way to Fishery Lake. Couldn't find a spot that I was very happy, not what I was looking for. So I took myself back and did find a spot in Bowman Lake. Very secluded. There was still some cars around, but I had the privacy that I wanted to get, and I had the view that I wanted to get, which made the extra driving definitely worth it. Well, guys, I found home base for tonight. This is definitely the spot. Got quite muddy today. Look at that view though. Sun's about to set. It's time to set camp. I've had this tent for a few years, and I think I showed it to you guys on the last video. Here's me building it. My wife got me this a couple years ago, so it's a quite meaningful tent for me. I truly love it. It's easy to set up. I did notice some damage from the last trip from Alabama hills, so I do have a hole, a little of a broken zipper, but still works. Just gotta be harder on it. I am gonna be looking upgrades. I do like the way that the shift pot looks and how easy it is to set up. Maybe I'll do something along that way, but until now, I really like my setup. I don't think I want to do a rooftop then. I don't want to add the extra weight to the Jeep. Now the camp's all set up. I got my fire pack over there. I got my Jet Boil dual system, and I'm getting ready for some dinner. And man, this view, it's so peaceful out here. I definitely want to bring a paddleboard or a kayak next time I come out here. This is the setup that I have inside the tent. I have my tarp on the floor. I've got my cables running in for the Starlink. And pretty soon I'll connect the diesel heater if it gets too cold at night. And I'll show you guys the remaining of my setup. I have all my kitchen stuff in there. And I have the Starlink right now connected on the roof rack. And then the battery will also charge my diesel heater back here. So far, I've had this diesel heater for maybe 4 months and tried it out about 4 times. And it's been a great asset. It has worked out pretty well. I did have a Mr. Buddy heat, I think it was called, before. And, you know, it did the job, but it always made me wake up in the morning with a quite dry throat. And this doesn't do the same. This one, I can just turn it off and on during the nighttime quite easy. But yeah, this place is definitely one of my favorite places to come out to. No one's around here. Oh man, I really wish I had a kayak. Look at that view. I'm still new at this, so I forget to put the camera on horizontally sometimes. Here I am preparing dinner, just getting ready with some lighting, and I'm gonna be making a steak and some fried rice. Dinner time. After dinner and cleaning up, I sat by the fire and hang out for maybe an hour or so until I start getting tired and cold and called it a night. It's always nice waking up early and getting a view of the sunrise, and also knowing that a bear didn't get into your tent in the middle of the night and you survived. My morning routine is usually some warm tea and a smoothie, sometimes both. Today it was both.
Good morning. I've made it to Bowman Lake up in Nevada City. I have to say, this is like probably one of my favorite camping spots so far. I know there's plenty of more campsites to explore, but I've been out here quite a lot, and this definitely has been it. Found some trash when I arrived here, picked it up already. That's unfortunate to see. Um, Pack up what you bring always. I don't know how many times what needs to be said in order to keep these places open. And made some tea this morning. Um, Yesterday I celebrated my 1 year without drinking alcohol. Um, and that for me is pretty big. I don't think I'm gonna go back to drinking. I told my wife like, "Oh, this would be a small break," and what was a 2 month, 3 month break turned out to be pretty permanent, and I really enjoy it. Um, the Jeep is working out pretty good. I had some misfortunes a couple of weeks ago when I installed the Mishimoto radiator and Mishimoto radiator cooler. The radiator and all the hoses perfectly, the temperatures perfect. But and this was my mistake with the radiator cooler. I mean, with the transmission cooler, I didn't put the two clamps in correctly. One of the clamps came off while I was driving on the highway. Lost pretty much all my fluid. And after I lost all my fluid, smoke started coming out of the car. I had to pull over. Um, I broke my car apart right on the side of the highway, right there and there. Saw the problem, fixed it, but my car was out of transmission fluid. So I had it towed to a shop. It was on a Sunday. The shop was closed. Lucky for me, I still had some fluid left over from when I did the transmission fluid change last year. I still had about like 5 or 6 quarts left, and it took everything. After that, I had to jump it because it wouldn't start. Also, the battery wouldn't start. Um, I had to jump it. I got it going. Was able to drive it back home. Did a couple more tests, fill it up, and for the past couple of weeks, for the past week, after that, it had a whining noise, and I couldn't tell what it was because I could have swore I filled it up completely. I had picked up 3 extra quarts of fluid before this trip. I took some time to check the car. I had the car running while checking the transmission fluid level, and it still took 1 quarter and a half. So it was still pretty low. The noise is gone now. On the drive up here, the temperatures were working pretty good. Um, the gears were working a lot better. My drive last week, the gears were kind of failing. So yeah, I'll stop boring you with the situation. But yeah, that's what happened, and that's why I haven't made a video recently about the upgrades or my Jeep. Um, but yeah, this is my first trip with Lift the Jeep. I definitely got over some obstacles that I haven't been able to get through before, and the 37s are making life way easier. The sway bar Apex Link 6 connects are making the ride really comfortable too. So all the upgrades for the car are working pretty good. It's still making some noises that I don't like, and I think that's something that has to do with the steering damper. We'll get that checked out this month. Now I'm gonna go enjoy my tea, pack up, and head back home. I was planning on staying here the whole weekend, but I forgot I had a responsibility, so I'm gonna head back home and maybe hit the trail back after that's over. See you later.
This spot right here, this is Bowman Lake, dug deep in Tahoe National Forest, and I'm telling you, this one's one of those places that still feels untouched, like you're not really supposed to be here. You've got crystal clear water, granite walls all around you, little islands that you can actually paddle to, and barely anyone out here compared to places like Tahoe. But the real story starts before you even get here. The road in, that's honestly half the adventure. Last few miles are rough, rocky tight, basically one lane in one of spots. If your rig makes it out here, you've earned this view. This is the kind of place that will humble you real quick if you're not prepared. And once you're here, it's real camping. There's only a handful of campsites, no hookups, no trash service, nothing. Whatever you bring out. No noise, no signal, just your setup and the environment. This is when you find out real quick your gear and your system actually work. Bowman Lake is named after the Bowman family, who were early settlers and ranchers out here back in the 1800s during the gold rush era. This whole region was active with mining and early development. Later on, the lake became part of a bigger water system. They actually dammed it to store water for hydroelectric power and irrigation. So what looks like untouched Alpine Lake is actually shaped by a lot of human history behind the scenes. And the crazy part, even with all that, it still feels completely wild out here. Places like this are getting harder to find. Somewhere you can drive out, disconnect, and just exit for a bit. No crowds, no distractions, just a road that you got here and whatever you decide to bring with you. This right here, this is why I built my Jeep in the first place. And always be prepared. Here I have my battery jumper. Since my battery actually died while I was out here, I was able to jump myself and get back in the road. Here's this nice rocky road that I had to climb to get up to the location that I was in. If you do come out here, please be thoughtful of this place. Let's keep it beautiful. Let's make sure we can keep coming back here. On the way out, the road changes real quick. What started as a calm drive turns into a shelf road. One side mountain, the other side nothing. No room for mistakes out here. You're locked in trusting your line, your tires, and your setup. And then the weather hits. Same road, completely different game. Snow starts to build up, tires start slipping, and now every little moment matters. This is where it gets real. You feel the Jeep starts to slide, just a little, but out here, that's all it takes. No panic, just control. Light inputs, let the tires find grip. This is the kind of moment that reminds you you're not in control, you're just working with it. People always see the destination, but this is the part that they don't see or show. The conditions change, the road changes, and you've got to adapt with it. This is the price of getting out here. And honestly, this is the best part. One wrong move, and it's a long way down. I had to take a quick break and reset for a minute. actually came out here solo, but ended up running into a group ahead of me. Had to follow their line and just keep moving. Excuse me, I didn't come here solo. I forgot that my spotter came with me. This is Spyro,
It's like, what is going
our
on
1 year
here?
old puppy. You don't come out here expecting it to be easy. You come here for moments like this. And this is what I came for. I got stuck a few times and had to get myself self rescue. I do not have lockers, and that's on me for being out here with not lockers. That's definitely one of the upgrades that I can't wait to get. This is my first time here getting stuck in the snow. I ended up using my winch with a tree and was able to get out shortly after. As soon as I left Bowman Lake, conditions got worse. Ice got sloppy. The snow started melting some, and a lot of side by sides came by and shred the trail pretty good. The way out was pretty difficult and ended up in some pretty sticky situations. Nothing I couldn't get out of. At the time I was running 35s and I didn't have a lift kit, so the Jeep wasn't all there. I shouldn't have been out there in the first place, but how am I supposed to learn if I don't put myself through the situations?
Yeah.
I actually end up breaking my winch cable screw that holds it to the engine. Thankfully, the people that were in front of me also got stuck earlier and helped me out spotting me. I was really scared with this guy being so close to my car, but um, he had good advice, and thank you very much for helping me out of here.
Back this. Okay. Would you mind just moving a little? All right. Holy fuck. Sorry, guys.
Here I go again. No panic. Just working the problem little by little. Just get yourself out. That was a close one right there. And that's where you can't panic. You have to stay in control and just get going. The group ahead had finally moved on a little bit. They did wait to see if I had made it out, which was nice. The way out, I have to say, was one of the most beautiful sunsets that I've ever seen. I'm glad I got to share the snow situation in Bowman Lake and how bad it can get and how fun it can get. Okay, back to present. Time to air up my tires. When I got home, the only casualty was I was missing a bolt for one of my rear links, sway bar, and got the replacement for it. Fixed it right away, and the upgrade it's on the way. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you come out here, please respect it, be safe, and happy trails.